The second issue that we're seeing, which people are citing as a side effect, which I don't really think is a side effect, is what they describe as Ozempic face. What's going on YouTube, it's Jason and welcome to Ozempic 1 year on. So last year I did a video on Ozempic where I covered some of the celebrities that had been using it and some of the hype surrounding the drug. 1 year on, there are some other issues that have arisen, some which, to be honest, are not surprising, and I want to discuss whether or not I've changed my opinion on the whole matter. So let's dive straight into it. Has my opinion changed on Ozempic? No. And no, because it's still kind of the same state of affairs. The majority of people using Ozempic aren't the people that need it most. You know, type 2 diabetics who are bedridden. It's mostly people that are overweight and just want to lose their love handles and get in better shape. And this is upsetting really, because it means that the people that need it the most don't actually get access to it. But it also overlooks a very key point. I always tell my clients that a person's weight is just the tip of the iceberg. It's a very, very small part of the equation. When you see someone who's in shape, a lot of people will admire their physique. Wow, he or she looks great. But that's not the most impressive thing about them. When you get to know them, you will find it's their lifestyle choices. You will find it's the consistency of their training, their relationship with food, their understanding of nutrition and the way they navigate that around social occasions. That's the thing that makes them. Just like when someone is rich, you know, a lot of people will be like, oh great, look at their money. But when you meet people that are truly wealthy, that's not the most impressive thing about them. It's a tiny part of it. It's their character, their drive, their networks. All of these things make up the person, and the offshoots of that, or the byproduct of that person, therefore is their money. So when a lot of these people go to Ozempic thinking their weight is their biggest problem, all they are doing is dabbing the wound. The actual root of the problem is in their mindset, their lifestyle choices, their relationship with food, and their activity levels. And unless they address that, they're just going to continue to yo-yo for the rest of their lives. So moving on, what are some of the issues that we're facing with Ozempic 1 year on? Well, the first one is pretty obvious. It was inevitable that was going to happen, and that is the formation of the black market. Yes, people are selling Ozempic on the black market, dodgy doctors and the likes. And the sad thing is that because these counterfeit drugs aren't regulated, they're often laced with other things and come with life-threatening consequences. And it's pretty much just like any drug out there. When it's sold on the black market, people will put Class A drugs with flour, sugar and pretty much anything just to bring down the cost for themselves and package it a certain way. And it's no different with Ozempic. It's so difficult to get because it was made for diabetics who were severely obese that you and I can't just walk off the street and go and get it. So doctors, probably not being paid what they're worth, controversial opinion, will say, let me get this side hustle. If I can get my hands on it or something close to it that delivers a similar result, would you be willing to pay me 2-3 times as much? And because weight loss is such a big thing, people are willing to pay it. The second issue that we're seeing, which people are citing as a side effect, which I don't really think is a side effect, is what they describe as Ozempic face, or Ozempic breasts, which is the new one, or Ozempic bum, which essentially is when people take Ozempic, they lose a lot of weight and their skin sags. Now, a lot of people are blaming Ozempic as a potential side effect of this, but I don't think it is. I think it's just what happens when you bypass the process and take shortcuts. Let's be honest, if you gained 5, 6 or even 7 stone, you didn't gain that weight overnight, right? So your skin is going to gradually stretch as you get bigger, and your hormonal profile is going to change as well as you get bigger. The same is true when you come back down. When you lose weight slowly, your skin slowly has a chance to adapt and your hormones will adjust to your changing weight. When you suddenly go from like 20 stone to 10 stone in like 4 months through Ozempic and other shortcuts, your body doesn't have the chance to adapt. And so what you'll find is your skin has gone from being really elastic and stretched out to not, is going to sag, and hormones, which change as you lose weight, if you like nosedive your weight and do it really drastically, your hormones are going to be negatively affected as well. And that's because the body's going to be under more pressure and stress. And the combination of those two things would make people sag with or without Ozempic. And this is the stuff that's not been talked about. People that are not in the know are making it look like the medicine is causing these side effects, when rapid weight loss itself will do that. And that brings you on to the third point and the final point, which is the wider issue surrounding Ozempic. As I said, a person's weight is a very, very small part of the wider issue. And so if we make it the main issue, we often run into problems. Typically, those that are overweight and are always on the lookout for shortcuts with their weight have lifestyle problems that is contributing to their weight gain. Mindset problems also, that's contributing to their weight gain. And so when they don't fix that and they lose the weight through Ozempic, what you are going to see is more and more obesity. I've been now qualified just over 10 years as a coach, and one thing I've seen again and again is how much people rebound when they lose weight. And in my experience, the people that rebound the most are the people that ask questions like, how fast can I get rid of this weight? Or how quickly can I lose this belly? You think like that and your body's going to rebound because it's under attack, and you're going to gain it all back again. But that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is that in my experience, when someone loses weight at 10 stone, let's say, and they crash diet down to 8 stone, when they regain the weight, they're not going back to 10 stone. In most cases, they're going down to 10 and a half. Sorry, up to 10 and a half. So what you find is the more they yo-yo and crash, they struggle at 10 stone, and all of a sudden 3-4 years time they are struggling at 15 stone. And so what I fear is that if we don't actually address the root cause of the problem, obesity is just going to get worse and worse, because people are going to rebound into heavier and heavier weights. So Ozempic is a good thing. It was launched with a good intention, not being used by the right people. We need to manage that and educate people on what actually causes someone to gain weight. What are the root causes that causes obesity, and how can we tackle this to provide long-term solutions? So yeah, that's my 2 pence on Ozempic. Nothing has drastically changed. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Comment below, let me know whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Have you taken Ozempic yourself? Do you know anyone that's taken it? Have they got results? Has it worked for them? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again soon.